Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I know that a lot of other people out there that are professional wrestling fans, a lot of people are really looking forward to AJ Styles making his debut in WWE. More than likely, it's going to be a faster debut than Luke Gallows or Carl Anderson, Shinsuke Nakamura, finishing up their dates in the last few matches that they're going to have for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know that Kenny Omega has a match where it's going to be for the Intercontinental Championship over there, where he's going up against a mystery opponent, where I guess it would make sense if AJ Styles filled in that role and wrestled that one last match, and then I guess he would put over Kenny Omega right there, but everything sort of leads to it seems that AJ Styles is going to be wrestling for WWE sooner than later and probably making a debut at the Royal Rumble. I know a lot of people are thinking that maybe AJ Styles comes in and gets a clean win and becomes the new champion and really starts off 2016 in the right direction in WWE, where he maybe should have been 2 years ago when TNA was letting him go due to money reasons after he was the TNA champion and he lost to Magnus, and the whole storyline with Dixie Carter and everything like that. And he never should have left TNA, but when he left TNA, he was able to spread his wings, wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he was able to show that he was one of the best wrestlers in the world. But I don't know if everybody has read the story, and I think it was a Sports Illustrated interview where they were talking about Scott Hall was giving his side of the story about Sting maybe not really fitting in with WWE and maybe sort of getting the feeling of he's just glad that he has the neck injury because he doesn't have to go, and he doesn't really have anybody in his corner. They're talking about the fact that it was WrestleMania 31, everybody was there to go over the match of Sting versus Triple H because they were going to have the run-in of DX and the NWO, and basically the Clique was all together, and with the Clique there was the New Age Outlaws, and they've always been together for a long time, and they've intermingled, and they know each other from the wrestling family. And then there was just Sting, who was sort of there on the outside. Hogan was sort of blending in with those guys, and Sting was sort of like the uncool kid in the class, or maybe just the new kid in the class who just didn't really mix with everybody. And Scott Hall is saying that they were going over their match where basically Triple H was going to hit him with a sledgehammer, and then he was going to cover him and get the 1, 2, 3, and instantly Scott Hall said that him and Hulk Hogan were both shocked, basically saying that, what kind of a lawyer can this guy have to not get a guarantee that he would win on the biggest stage of them all, that, Vince would always put over his own guys before he put over anybody from the outside, he's glad to bring you in, he's glad to make money off of you, he's glad to, give you money for the money that he's making, but, the whole thing really makes me think of, AJ Styles. It's the guy that was a rookie in WCW, spent a big bulk of his time in TNA where he got famous, went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, became more famous, and now he's making his way over to WWE, and who knows if this is, somebody, on the inner circle. Maybe it's Triple H, maybe it's some sort of an agent that's making Vince see how good these guys are, getting them, brought into WWE to sort of kill the stale product that is going on. But reading this story, I was really thinking of AJ, thinking that this guy really has no shot in the world about once he comes over. I cross my fingers that he has a great run. I know that everybody's sort of hoping for a Bullet Club invasion, or, they, pop up the Balor Club, and it's, AJ, Finn Balor, and, you have Luke Gallows, and you've got Machine Gun Carl Anderson, fighting the fight for him. But it just doesn't really make sense to me for them to have a club called the Balor Club. It seems that AJ, who's, been a main roster guy for TNA and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Finn Balor, who's been in New Japan and has been a major star there, was one of the leaders of the Bullet Club when it got going. And here he is stuck in developmental for NXT, and some people say that he wants to be there, or he likes to be there, but it just seems a little weird that, AJ would come in and be the leader of a club that's not named the Styles Club, that he would sort of play second fiddle to Finn Balor or something like that. But we'll have to see where this is going. Maybe he's just going to be a solo man, but I think, like everybody, I'm looking for this guy in the Royal Rumble.